Hi, Judy Vitale, your astrologer with ReadTheStars.com here. I'm presenting the weekly horoscopes at work for August 8th through 14th, 2016. We can look forward to a pretty kind of a calm week for the most part. The biggest deal that's occurring this week is the station of Saturn, and what that means is Saturn is coming out of its retrograde period. Those of you who are Sagittarius in any way, whether it's your sun sign, your ascending sign, your moon sign, you're feeling this heaviness, this extra responsibility, this kind of a series of obstacles that are not normally part of your life, and that could be coming from being with Saturn, or Saturn being with you. So Saturn has been going backwards for the last several months, and it is going to go forward in a few days, actually on Saturday at 5:51 a.m. At that point in time, you may feel as though something shakes loose and something can move that has been stuck. So that can be a good feeling. It also means that, the wear and tear of those of you who have pieces of your chart that are connected to where Saturn is right now, you're going to get some relief because it will pass you by eventually over the course of this fall. So Saturn is never easy to deal with. However, it is very good for us in that it gives us lessons, usually lessons that have to do with acquiring skills, quitting bad habits, and also having the wherewithal to put structure into our lives. So in a way, we have Saturn to thank, and even when we have obstacles to overcome, we know that we can learn from them. So that's my lecture on Saturn for today. Let me go quickly through the week to let you know what you can expect day to day. On Monday, August the 8th, we're going to have a nice Libra moon. However, it's going to go void of course at 1:41 p.m. Eastern Time. You're going to want to get everything done early in the day, if possible, before the moon goes void of course. Remember, when you have the moon void of course, it is going to be a period of time when you don't want to make major purchases or decisions or schedule meetings, that sort of thing. On Tuesday, at about 12:51 a.m., the moon moves into Scorpio. Emotional intensity is what occurs when we have the moon in Scorpio, and also a sense of when we want something, we want it to be the very best possible. That's the Scorpio way. And so that's how people are going to be on Tuesday and Wednesday. So you're going to have to be also very careful about asking people to make changes. That's not something people love to do while the moon is in Scorpio. They will mull things over and think very deeply and look at the pros, certainly, but also very much at the negative aspects of any kind of project you might have in mind. On Wednesday, the moon stays in Scorpio. We have Mercury in a trine with Pluto, which is lovely. That occurs in the evening, but you'll feel it all day, so that's good. That's really good for thinking clearly and to having the vision to be transforming your thoughts as well as your actions and deeds, the things that are around you. On Thursday, the moon is void, of course, from 1:22 a.m. until 1:24 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So you're going to want to watch on Thursday. Anything that you do, you'll start something and go like, oh man, did I really do that? Did I write that? Did I code that? You're going to have to redo it most likely. So if you do have to do something, be very careful about it. After that, the moon goes into Sagittarius. So there's more of a drive, more of a confidence that's with us, and that stays with us on through Friday. However, the moon does conjunct with Saturn, meets up with Saturn at about 8:51 a.m. So the day might start off a little bit with frustration and that sort of thing going on, but it'll pass over the course of the day and get a little bit better. Saturday is the Saturn station. That's the day when Saturn makes its move forward, and we can all celebrate about that. But at the same time, the moon is going to go void, of course, at 1:37 p.m. If you have plans for the day, things might change, or especially if you start after that time. Try to start before then, and then the moon void, of course, will affect you less. There's also a Venus square Saturn kind of configuration going on while Saturn is direct, and so people will not be as receptive and loving as you might want them to be. And keep that in mind, especially if you're going to be hanging around groups of people. On Sunday, the moon goes into Capricorn. People get much more practical. This is a time when you have vision and the ability to see into the future in terms of like what you want. Remember, you're always speaking to your future. When you say, I can do it, it's much more, supportive to what you want to do than like, I'll never be able to do that might be, because your future self is hearing all of that. Talk to me about that sometime. Well, anyway, on Sunday, we also have Venus opposite Neptune, which is excellent for imagination. And I think I already said that, the visioning, looking forward, and seeing what's coming in the week to come. Eclipse season is coming. I'll give you a little bit of a hint. So look for some big events coming up in the next few weeks. Plan carefully and get all of the little details taken care of, because the end of summer, in terms of being kicked back and not working too hard, is likely to come a little bit more quickly than usual this time. So that's it for the forecast. I'll be back in town from my trip to New York as of Wednesday, August 10th. And then I'll be at Journeys of Life from 1 to 5 p.m. on August 11th. You can call 412-681-8755 for an appointment, or just drop by the store. And you can always reach me for a reading, some coaching, some hypnosis, or whatever it is that you need in any way that I can help you. I'm always happy to do that. You can find me at Judy, Judi, at readthestars.com.